Let me just go ahead and get the chat up. Give me a minute. Hi, Christos. Hi. Hi, Brittany. Hello, everybody. We have a very exciting topic today. I'm going to take you on a journey through hyperspace. And as you can see by the title, you guys quite literally extend beyond this world, and everyone you meet sees your higher self in physical form. So we're going to talk about what that actually means today. We're going to talk about the expansion and recovery of the memory of the multidimensional aspects of yourself. So we'll go ahead and begin. And let me know if the quality is okay as well. Hopefully we're good. Okay, let's go ahead and begin, and then I'll catch up with you guys in the chat. So the first message I was receiving is like, you guys, basically when it comes to this local connection that you have, like your alpha third dimensional vessel is pretty much a fish that's inside of a 2D reality or two-dimensional space, okay? And you're used to this two-dimensional life, right? Where I'm hearing like things are predictable here, okay? But now you're being invited to go elsewhere, and your higher self is definitely, I'm hearing, orchestrating this this readjustment period that you're going through, and I'm hearing this realignment period. So in a two-dimensional world, right, in this lake or this river that you reside in, you're oblivious to the third dimensional construct that resides above you, okay? And this is about the world of up. And it's like your higher self is basically going to be plucking you from some type of experience. You can think of it almost like an abduction or like extraterrestrial ET contact or connection. That's what I was seeing it as. Picking you up and placing you elsewhere in an ocean, because you guys are basically a small fish, a big fish now in a small pond or small environment where you're now having to reduce yourself or dim your light in order to fit in some type of way. And you're being asked to be able to expand and connect to the whole of yourself, to be able to blossom into your full potential and blossom into your higher self, okay? That was a message that was coming up. And in this world of up, in this third dimensional reality, you're entering into a new gameplay, right? You're in this new experience that will almost feel foreign to you at first as you move into unknown territory. It definitely will take, I'm hearing like a readjustment period, because your reality, I'm hearing, is about to dramatically transform to the point where you're gonna have to adjust to this, right? It does require, I'm hearing like, again, adaptability on your end, because reality has already reconfigured itself. There's certain timelines I'm hearing that have already reconfigured itself and have been prepared for you, new environments for you to be able to step into. You're just going to have to like, I'm hearing correspond actually with this, okay, instead of it with you, because it's in a vibrational resonance with your highest expression, okay? And you're going to be in a foreign environment. So if you take a fish outside of a lake and you place it inside of a fishbowl, and now it's in the world of up, suddenly it looks around and it sees a bunch of humans. It can see species breathing without water. They're walking instead of swimming. There's something about like a whole new sensory experience that you're about to go through. This could be like your psychic abilities, or just, yeah, stepping into a whole new world, basically, that you're going to have to adapt to in one way or another. Let me go ahead and get the chat open, and then we'll go ahead and begin. Hi, Dapper. Hi, Aquarius. Hi, Chris. Hello, everybody. Yeah. And Chris says 2 dimension equals person talking to a mirror, precisely. And the third dimension is realizing that you are the mirror. You're looking at the mirror, right? And you are eternity staring back at itself. So we're going to be talking about your eternal nature today, okay, and your timeless nature. So yeah, this is about you guys being a space-time traveler and consciously altering the trajectory of your life, right, the course of your life, and really being able to design your own destiny, realizing that your destiny is not something that's just handed to you. Otherwise, you exist to serve the illusion while in the third dimension. Instead, your destiny is something that you're co-creating with these higher archetypal manifestations of self, in order to be able to be this formless being inside of this finite vessel, temporarily experiencing yourself through this vessel, right? Before entering into a new dimension where new stories can begin to play out. And you're connecting to your true home, which is the whole universe, not just this one local connection, but actually connecting to all of your other fractals of self, and realizing that there's only an illusion of separation between you and these other entities. And the separation is through vibrational frequency. So you guys are connecting to a place beyond time and space to understand the timelessness of your multidimensionality. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So you don't need to wait for a moment to do this, right? Right now is the time. You guys are mastering interstellar and interdimensional travel, and you're connecting to all of these external networks which show internal pathways back to your cosmic origins. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And it's a map of your inner world, realizing that all these fractals of yourself are actually interconnected and you can attune to them, okay? So this is about the natural progression through hyperspace. And as we introduce higher dimensions of time, each dimension is going to be accompanied with its corresponding level of consciousness, right? So these are going to be fractals of yourself, multi-dimensional fragments of yourself existing in different time dimensions that are available via frequency. And we're going to really deconstruct this today so that you can actually begin to practically apply this into your life. And again, a lot of you already are, but this is the interface of where your divinity meets the physical vessel, okay? Where your divinity meets the third dimension. You in a conscious co-creation between alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, sigma, lambda, sigma, and omega, okay? So each dimension is divided in terms of vibration. This is the first thing that you guys need to know. It's not a spatial concept. That's what the analytical mind is, that's how it processes things. That's how the analytical mind is formatted to process this information. It's like, well, dimensions must be somewhere elsewhere. It's going to be somewhere outside of this. This is what the brain is formatted to do. But this is about you transcending the analytical mind and realizing in reality, all dimensions exist within the here and now, and we only have the now, right? As you return back to the present moment, this is an actual access point and a portal into all dimensional timelines, okay? Across time and space and beyond. So all dimensions are basically in the same space. They're just accessible via vibrational frequencies overlapped on one another. So if you think of an auric picture, right, and you focus on your whole auric field, these are colors that are radiating around the physical body. These are parts of yourself that extend beyond the physical vessel, and these they're layers, right? If you think about the chakra body, you think about, right, the root chakra, that's a specific dimensional frequency, and that's going to have a specific auric field. You'll connect to a very specific fractal through your biggest photo perception being the root, moving up to the solar, to the sacral, to the solar, to the heart, to the throat, to the third eye, and to your crown chakra. So this is knowing that they are literally all actual, not spatial concepts, but accessible via frequency. So when someone says that you're a multidimensional being, you have been for all of time. That's exactly what it means. It means that in this space that you're sitting at right now, in this space that you're standing at right now, you exist in many different levels, in many different dimensions, and many different frequencies. And it's in those frequencies that you can begin to contact and connect to these other archetypal manifestations. This is where you access past lives. This is where you access future. This is where you access the dream state, alien aspects of oneself. Okay, again, like different extraterrestrial and interdimensional aspects of yourself. This is where you recover your starseed lineages, deeper archetypal manifestations of yourself. This is where you access into these higher realms, okay, from the 7th, 8th, and 9th dimensions of your body, right? Epsilon, lambda, and sigma. So you have a legacy, okay? You guys have a legacy, and it's accessing these massive amounts of data within your bloodline, and your DNA is a portal, okay? And it is your birthright to be able to access this information. So we're able to enter into these dimensional planes of information through each one of the chakra bodies, okay? Where we are perceiving our experiences through whatever chakra point is our biggest filter perception at that point in time. So as I'm talking to you guys, you're probably tuned in to your biggest filter perception perception either being the third eye, right? Maybe being the crown chakra, I bet, and also your 8th chakra, which is going to extend beyond the body, right? This is your connection to the source. It's a gateway to the source. So these are portals, right? They're holographic projections that extend beyond the body and extend beyond the human field. And they're all vortex points, right? They're all portals. And portals is a place that connects one space and time through another space, through quantum non-locality, which is usually associated with like entangled states. So entanglement is as you do work in the 3rd dimensional realm and you pull forward your generational lineages, in that same breath, you also simultaneously do work that bleeds into the higher realms that also pulls forward your starseed generational lineages, okay? And we'll talk more about that. So how do you access these different vibrational frequencies and these different archetypal manifestations of self? Through the pineal gland, okay? So we're going to do a lot of third eye activations today, and this is our multi-dimensional sensory system, right? It's our perception system that allows us to communicate with many dimensions of consciousness, many dimensions in which our consciousness is also fragmented. And it allows us to be aware of us constantly moving in and out of these different dimensions. And this is going to be our primary antenna. We had 11:11 on the clock, right? So yeah, definitely, again, this is where you're able to connect to the angel archetypal manifestations of yourself. And you can navigate these multidimensional fields because you're able to tune into higher bandwidths of frequency light. And if you guys don't know, the human vessel that your infinite nature is seated within right now is a dimensionally limited avatar, and it can only access 1% of the light spectrum, if even that. And your third eye is able to attune to higher bandwidths of frequency light, right? You can now see a broader range of the color rainbow spectrum. So you're tuning into higher bandwidths of frequency light. And this is allowing you to integrate. To integrate is to become healed. To heal is to become whole. And to become whole is to realize and remember that you are not separate from these other entities or these other archetypal manifestations of self, okay? So we're going to talk about that today. Sorry, guys. Okay. So yeah, you guys are like in this God state of pure creation. You're moving out in and out of this experience, and you're aligning your actions with integrity, right? You're witnessing the unfoldment of your journey as you apply your free will. And we're going to talk about people don't know what it is that you've done, but you are the glitch within the matrix because you're connecting to consciousness of yourself, like you're connecting to fragments of yourself that exist outside of this matrix system, and it's allowing you to, I'm hearing, have a different kind of gameplay experience, okay? You're having more of an advanced experience for optimal navigation. And yeah, you're consciously choosing your directions and the timelines that you wish to experience here. You're remembering yourself as a universal, multiversal organism that extends beyond planet Earth, and you're also able to restore the memory of other fragments of self, of other versions of self that exists in other universes and beyond this multiverse within the morphic genetic field. And you're able to gather information from these other dimensions, these other fractals of self, and you're able to bring that into your 3rd dimensional experience. You can anchor in higher planes of consciousness into this physical vessel for optimal navigation here while you're having this human experience. So you are your higher self that has incarnated, right? A fractal of itself, to experience itself as human, okay, to be a spiritual being having a human experience, you know, temporarily, before returning back to the whole. So yeah, you're able to see your experience on Earth from a far broader universal truth, and maybe you're even able to like remote view and gather intel again for like optimal navigation within the 3rd dimensional fractal, okay, for this fractal of self. And this is going to allow you to hone in on the ideal path from a sea of probabilities that are laid out before you within the multiverse, okay? So we're going to talk about Stargates today, which is about the time matrix and you guys accessing like the celestial travel portal, essentially. Is there a cat in the background? Anyway, you guys have like, you're accessing this form of interstellar travel, okay? So you're able to be very conscious in this 3rd dimensional dream, essentially. Stargates are opened for you by your galactic brothers and sisters, by galactic aspects of self, and it provides this very safe corridor to be invited to go through this pilgrimage, okay, through the space-time continuum. And a lot of you, with your intention, you're able to maybe even like self-project your own Stargate, essentially. And it's allowing you to basically experience something that everyone else would see as a state of chronostasis. So what everyone else will see you as, okay, being your higher self in physical form, coming back to the title, is like chronostasis, temporal time freezing, which basically talks about the ability to like freeze time, but that's just an illusion. Everyone else will see you as somebody that's kind of like stopping time by staying in the present moment, and is focusing on like quantum time manipulation, where you're connected to this never-ending stream of consciousness, and you're learning how to collapse something that would usually take the average human that's cut off, right, from these higher aspects of self, years to complete something in a very short time frame, okay? So you're just shifting through parallel timelines so fast to the point where you're just surfing through the illusion of time, plopping yourself in desired planes of existence, and you're that glitch within the matrix, right? And what I was getting with this is that everyone else sees you as like teleporting during this time, where there's like quantum jumps or quantum leaps that you guys are taking, and they're not just estimated, they're very specific, all right? There's like a very specific intention that you guys have. Intention is only kinetic energy that you're reinforcing through this like desire, through your emotions, which is a bioelectrical charge, and that's reinforcing this intention, it's reinforcing this kinetic energy, and as soon as you act on that, it collapses through space-time, and it is assured, right? So for everyone else, it seems like something's just occurring out of the blue in your life, or it's about to, you know. For example, it's like you're watching this video right now of me, and even though it's live, there's still a slight lag time, okay? It's not in real time. So everybody's watching the playback of your life, okay? And they're wondering, you know, how are things unfolding in such perfect alignment for you? Or at least they're going to be, you know, this is what they end up doing. And it's because your consciousness is exiting out of the matrix, okay, and you're entering into the 0 point, and you're entering back into this gameplay experience like Neo, again, with like the Neo cortex, you know. It's like you're able to kind of like decode this experience and see it as a holographic energetic projection, okay? So yeah, this is where the human veil lifts and you're able to undergo like profound transformations. It's where you're merging your higher nature with your lower nature. You are this formless infinite being that's seated within this formed finite vessel, and you're a fractal of the universe, right? That's becoming whole again, multidimensionally. So yeah, what we're going to talk about is connecting to each of these different aspects of self now. So I'll talk about lambda first. So lambda is the 8th dimension. So that's what we'll talk about right now. And this is about ascending to an even more profound level of existence. Okay, so this is where you're able to see a world of possibilities, okay? This is the realm of initial conditions. So the lambda 8th dimensional version of yourself, right, connecting to the 8th chakra, which is above the head, is basically a fractal of yourself that's able to access the grand library of every possible beginning and paths. So your 8th dimensional version of self, for example, located at the crown, above the crown of the head, was able, before incarnating into this experience, to choose the optimal initial set of conditions for yourself, okay? So this is for your soul to be able to go through certain soul contracts, right? This is where you were chosen by your higher self or a higher dimensional version of self to incarnate into this dimensionally limited avatar. And this is like the Akashic records, essentially, where you chose the initial set of conditions for yourself to experience the most amount of contrast along your lifeline, to have the most soul expansion. So your soul incarnates into the 3rd dimension to be able to experience rapid soul growth through contrast, through polarity. And you chose a very specific initial set of conditions that would allow you to basically become the architect of your own destiny and turn, turn into, I'm hearing like a master alchemist, okay? So you guys are like a master alchemist. I'm hearing an ascended master, okay? Where you would be able to actually utilize any kind of adversities to further accelerate along your path here. And you were built to sustain this, right? You were well equipped to be able to sustain this. So the Akashic Records is the living memory of all living organisms and all versions of yourself, right? With varied initial conditions and the possible unique sequence of events. It's like a vast network. It stores a living memory of your past self, your future selves, all together like this grand tree of life. And all the roots meet, right? All the initial conditions meet and they move together, right, through every possible existence. And these entities at the lambda level are able to be basically puppeteers of orchestrating cosmic theater of infinite possibilities. So you guys are at a higher level realizing and remembering why you descended onto Earth and why you chose these initial conditions for yourself, right? It's like you're seeing it as something that serves you, like this illusion of separation from this version of self exists to serve you on your soul's growth, all right? So yeah, it's super, super interesting. And yeah, it's like the two most important days of your life are the one that you were seeded onto Earth, and the second one is finding out why. So when you tune into the Akashic Records, it's like you're remembering why you chose this initial set of conditions for yourself. And the second one that I want to talk about is, again, like you guys basically filtering through infinite fractals of yourself and like quantum jumping. And it's super interesting. Let's move towards Sigma, which is the ninth dimension. From alpha to lambda, you can assume that these archetypal manifestations of self function under the same laws of physics. But when we move towards the Sigma level, the ninth dimension, these rules of hyperspace begin to shift. So you're now connecting to fractals of yourself that are existing in other planetary star systems, right? Where their Big Bang in their, separate universe within the multiverse varied. All right, so they are manifested through the natural laws of their physical environment. And because they are existing in a higher vibrational frequency, because the laws of physics vary from their planetary star systems and their own separate solar systems that they exist in, they manifest in different forms. That's why Pleiadians look a certain way. That's why Sirians, Lyrans, Arcturians, they all look a very specific way because they are cells and entities and organisms of their planetary star system, okay? Whereas we are cells of planet Earth. That's why we look a certain way and our body functions a certain way. So again, this is being able to connect to your other aspects of self, right? So yeah, it's super, super interesting. And it does make you question what would be the different archetypal manifestations that you would take under a completely different physical set of laws, essentially. Let me go ahead and just pause right there quick. I'm going to check in with the chat and then we'll continue. And then we're going to go ahead and do a multiversal reading today. Wow, you guys are lit in the chat. Wow. I hope you're all well. I'll sit and talk to you guys a bit more in a bit. Let's just go ahead and continue though. Okay, so yeah, we exist in many dimensions simultaneously. And now we're waking up to all of these different fractals of ourselves existing in these other vibrational frequencies, in these other planetary star systems. The fractal of yourself that's leading a life as a Arcturian, the fractal of yourself that's leading a life as a reptilian, as a draconian, as a Syrian, Lyran, all of these different fractals of self, you're kind of waking up to them, okay? And yeah, it's super interesting. So in this lifeline, you're an alpha third dimensional entity, okay, from the cells of planet Earth. That's why, your organism functions in this way under these physical laws. So we're co-creating these experiences with these different fractals of self, right? And you're coming into this unity consciousness where you're realizing you are universal, multiversal consciousness, and you extend far beyond this specific localized version of self. You actually have a lot of other quantum non-local connections that are only separated under an illusion of separation through vibrational frequency, but you can attune to these other aspects of self within the here and now, okay? So yeah, you guys are on this journey basically embarking to become healed, which is to become whole, which means that you have to integrate these other fragments of self, okay? learning to integrate your physical nature with your non-physical nature. And this is through, again, vibrational resonance, essentially. And we are the key to move freely between realms. You know, our human vessel is only 2%, if that, less than that even, physical, okay? 2% of our DNA is physical. The rest of it, they call junk DNA, which is actually more multidimensional. So we're actually more multidimensional than we are physical, okay? So yeah, we are interacting with the interdimensional fields at all times, and we're gathering information from them, whether we're conscious or unconscious of that. But all these dimensions are playing out simultaneously. You're just attuning and perceiving one at a time, depending on where your attention goes, okay? So yeah, it's super, super interesting. And you're able to, and because of that, because you have this higher awareness, you're able to apply this knowledge into your third dimensional experience. So for mastering navigation, you're realizing that whoever remains narrow in vision cannot be big of heart, okay? Just like whoever is big of heart cannot remain narrow in vision. And what that means is that you can see where other people are at a dissonance between their higher nature and their lower nature, okay? You can see people who are under the illusion of separation from their higher aspect of self. And they may express that in certain ways because they have this contraction within their DNA, whereas you guys have this expansion. You've been able to, again, expand and express all of your DNA, okay? All of your multidimensional strands, okay? Your 12 strand DNA plus. So yeah, this gameplay experience it's an invitation to be able to extend compassion to those who may not deserve it because they're operating out of like survival. They could have exaggerated emotions or responses that come to the surface in very unconscious ways because they are unconscious. They are still deities, but they are lost and sleeping in matter. Whereas you guys have been able to awaken from matter, and now you're able to master matter itself, okay? Because you've mastered your physical vessel and how to work with it, you know? So yeah, it's super, super interesting. Can you develop empathy for agents of this matrix, you know, those beings who are like disconnected from the source, essentially. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. We are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. And, you know, we're just imagining and dreaming this whole experience into being anyway, and everything's just a wave of potential. But yeah, super, super interesting. I kind of glazed over that. I could kind of go on for that for hours, but I do want to get on with the reading. And yeah, let me go ahead and say hi to you guys in the chat. Let me go ahead and pull up the chat right now. I hope you guys are okay. Hi, Christos. Hi, Mediko. Hi, Mikey. Hi, Rich. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Dapper. Hi, Sherilyn. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Optimistic. Hi, Shayo. Yeah, 111. That's all you guys. Okay, that is all you guys. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and pull some energies on this. And yeah, I was getting star connections as well with this energy. Again, you're connecting with your star connections. So they actually assist you, or at least you're assisting yourself when it comes to you seeing things from almost like an advantage point, because you can see the full myriad plane of possibilities that do lie ahead of you, and you know how to apply your free will at any given moment in time in a very conscious way, and you're very aware that your cause will have an effect. And there's a lot of energy that I've been picking up on collectively here. I'm not going to give too much away because you guys will see that in some readings that I have coming out, but there's a lot of beautiful things that are coming towards you. You know, we do have the end of a numerical 8-year collectively, and next year we're moving into a 9. So we're all going to be basically seeing the effect of this cause that we've been putting in, and it's like a major point of divergence, right? Where now we're entering into a new dimension where new stories can begin to play out. There's a new way that you are navigating this earthly experience in the 9-year, and you're going to see what all of that entails. It's almost like a slide, right? Which is super interesting. That's what I'm seeing collectively with the 8 and 9. So, and you're able to take your infinite nature, right? You talk about infinite nature and apply that, okay? And like apply that into your experience and see how that entails and see how that changes this experience. Hi, emerging timelines. Dapper said, I had a dream some Pleiadians were ascending down from the sky, 5 to be exact. 4 went a different direction. The 1 came to me and gave me some sort of power after asking them if I could fly too. Awesome. Yeah, see, in the astral, I'm gonna do like a whole another segment on this, but with the astral realm, this is like, you know, this is optimal navigation. This is something that we must master before the time of death, because death is not the ending. It's just basically an access point into new dimensions where new stories can begin to play out. Okay, so this is like preparation to master astral travel like that. And what I was getting for you guys was like braided DNA. A lot of you guys are connecting with even like one specific fractal of self existing in another planetary star system that is introducing you to all of the other fragments of self, and you're realizing, oh my gosh, like I extend way beyond what I thought I did. So maybe some of you like recovering other starseed origins, you know, that's almost what it gives me. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Heart of Source, and I was thinking about it when it comes to the 0 point, and then you have Stellar Gateway, Activation, Infinite Potential, Manifestation, Vortex. So again, this is through your different vortices, right? This is through your different portals, you know, which is super interesting. And Split, the one that's really showing face is like the Halls of a Mentee too. So yeah, super interesting. Heart of Source is you guys coming back to Source, right? Realizing that Source was the whole consciousness that basically separated itself into 2 dualistic natures, the feminine and masculine principles. They then birthed into creation all of these different fragments that dispersed all amongst different galaxies and universes, and they went on to go and make their creations, but were all an extension of the Source, experiencing itself through us. So with Heart of Source, you guys are definitely tuning back into the 0 point, right? Which is, you know, being able to neutrally observe this experience and see it from a high level of understanding. And then you also have Thoth here at the base with in Stellar Gateway activation. And it's funny because I literally wrote about Thoth where he was talking about in the Emerald Tablets, he was able to master entering in and out of this realm. He could incarnate at will. So it's like you get to decide where it is that you want to what it is that you want to experience after Earth, right? And you don't even have to wait, I'm hearing, to depart from Earth to be able to connect with these other fractals of self anyway. That's almost what it gives me there. Okay, let's go ahead and read some of this. Stellar Gateway. So again, this is the highest chakras that are found above 12 to 24 feet, 3 to 6 meters above the head. It's an energetic gateway that connects us with the divine matrix. It governs our connection to the spiritual laws of creation and the quantum field. So again, you guys are connecting to the quantum field during this time. You're picking up on what is happening in dimensions beyond what it is that your limited avatar's eyes can see. And through the pineal gland, right, through your multi-sensory perception system, you're able to actually see life through the eyes of the soul, okay? And yeah, this is knowing that it holds all the intentions that we have set before this incarnation and all the intentions we've set during it that support the ever unfolding path of our earthly experience. Energetically, this portal is beyond time and space, as we were talking about. And let's see. When we connect with it, we can come into alignment with all the aspects of our soul's journey, including when we were part of the cosmos. This card transports us to a stargate that has a giant pyramid within it. And again, this is like you guys being in a time dilation bubble. If you guys remember the wormhole reading that we did, right? You're like opening and accessing stargates during this time. This card transports us to stargates that has a giant pyramid within it. Above the stargate, there's a 3-dimensional image of Thoth, the former priest king of Atlantis, who is one of the ancient masters holding the secrets of the universe. And again, you guys are uncovering this and activating and awakening the secrets of the universe that lie within your DNA. You know, that's what's going on here. In order to create heaven upon earth. So your message is that you're a master of manifestation, okay? Every one of your thoughts, actions, non-actions, and choices is affecting the unfolding of your path. So again, this is about you guys being an architect of your destiny. Your destiny is not something that's just handed to you, right? karmically, but you guys are actually being able to, you know, mold and shape your destiny as you please. And there's something about you're always being reminded when it comes to the initial, again, you're remembering why you incarnated on earth, right? What it is that you want to experience, and how the application of your free will can lead to different journeys, right? Different journeys. So realize that you have so again, the power literally lies within your hands, right? Realize that you have a great potential and power within you. And through your focused awareness, you can draw on heavenly support to create the life of your wildest dreams. Know that all the energies you connect to are carried up with your stellar gateway. And if they are aligned with the intentions of your soul had come before this incarnation, opportunities will come your way. So this is stepping into your dharma, right? Where you're consciously creating your destiny. And as you walk with your dharma, guess what? Your dharma walks with you. It's important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins at this time. And also... Okay, it's also important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins at this time, and also tracking down the intentions of your soul. But if you can bring your wishes in this life together with your pre-life intentions, you can live a life that is aligned with your highest heavens. So this is about existing in such a state, all right, where it's like you're fully at all times applying your free will to be in alignment with your highest expression. And this is like... I'll talk about it real quick before we continue. So I've spoken about this quite a lot, but it's about the merging of the divine and feminine nature. So this is how everyone else sees you, okay, to put it in a nutshell. Source is the whole consciousness that's fragmented itself into a separate state of awareness, right? That's descended onto earth. Now you're this separate state of awareness that before was probably unconscious, was under this spiritual amnesia. And then you've awakened yourself, right? You've remembered yourself, probably through, you know, a lot of you, it can happen through crisis, okay? A lot of the times it's the law of accident that could have woken you up from some type of experience. 1, 2, 3 in the chat. So everything's falling into alignment. Anyway, now you're conscious awareness and you're realizing you are not separate from infinite potential. You are literally made up of infinite potential. And now you're able to anchor your higher nature into your lower nature. So you guys are basically the blend of the divine feminine, the non-physical, and also the divine masculine, right? The physical realm. And your soul's intentions are always in alignment with your physical actions. They move together as one unit, okay? So there is no contradiction between your values, your morals, your ethics. You are always in alignment with this. There is no contradiction. So there's something about you moving fluidly through this experience because you're moving on the state of less resistance. You're moving in the state of your full evolution, being able to evolve into your full potential, being able to blossom into your higher self, being able to be your higher self in physical form, to be the physical embodiment of your higher self. And that's what this is, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and read some of Heart of Source as well. I'm going to talk to you guys in the chat. And I definitely want to see how your higher self sees you, right? At least sees the human version of itself, right? Or the fragment of itself seated in a human vessel. The fractal of itself existing on earth, let's say, and how successful it sees like your initial intentions being. Okay, so all-encompassing love, unconditional love. So basically what this talks about is you guys, again, can you extend compassion towards agents? Can you extend compassion towards people that are still plugged into this matrix system? And can you see, you know, them for who they are and accept them as they are? This is what unconditional love is. It's not that you're here to change or impart anything on anyone, but the best way to lead is by example. And that is Christ consciousness, right? To be able to be in that remembrance of your own divinity and being able to lead. I'm hearing like lead the way and demonstrate what divinity looks like. So some of you, again, you're like a divine being on earth. That's what it reminds me of. Because even with Horus, right, like he's a demigod, and when Osiris had descended onto earth, the divine masculine, he went up against Set, right, which was the devil, which was the physical realm, and Set had basically overcome and suppressed Osiris, right? It had basically killed him. It had dismembered him. So when you guys came into the physical realm, you like forgot who you were to remember who you were. And then Isis, the divine feminine, had to reconnect, right? The higher nature had to reconnect with your lower nature, with the human vessel, to be able to to be able to birth the new human into form. And the new human was Horus. So Horus is like a demigod. He's somebody that is the result of merging the higher self with the lower self. And then Set, right, which can be seen as agents in the physical matrix, was a devil archetype. So this is people that don't want to see you be that physical embodiment of your divinity, don't want to see the interface of where the divine meets the physical vessel. They attempt to, I'm hearing like distort this knowing, all right? They instill doubt or instill fear, okay? That's why Set tried to take Horus's third eye, all right? That's why he tried to take his eye. So again, this is your sensory perception system, being able to see that Set operates this way and the devil archetypes operate this way within this matrix, because they operate from a state of survival. And once you see that, you realize, damn, they're actually existing in this profound state of suffering because they're attaching to an illusion, and they're actually blocked off from their higher nature. You know, that's what this is really about. So again, can you extend that unconditional love and acceptance, and being able to accept people that may not be able to accept themselves fully just yet? You know, it's people that could be operating in shame, people that could be operating in, you know, very unconscious ways, and their wounds come to the surface that are unbeknown to them. You know, it's almost that type of energy. So yeah, heart of source, right? So this is knowing that you connect divinely with the heart of source, the creator of life and love. You're blessed to receive this card, as it shows that your heart is being filled, right, until it overflows. So you have more than enough self-love for yourself, right? You're not even seeking like external acceptance. I'm hearing like you are walking as a sovereign creator in this experience, and that looks very different to others who may have like these exaggerated responses or emotions to you, right? You could invoke all different kind of emotional reactions or responses from people, and it's mainly because what you are here to embody, your light that you're here to embody in abundance, I'm hearing it lights up the shadows within others. You are the mirror that really makes people see their stagnancy within themselves as they're in this path of involution. You guys are that polar opposite, right, of evolution. So you guys could even make a lot of people feel uncomfortable, right? That's almost what I get, especially when it comes to the programs of the matrix of the right things to do. You guys are here to do the opposite. You guys are here to, I'm hearing, experience the full spectrum of life. Maybe you guys used to stay in the box and do that right thing to do, which was a tiny box invented by people who were afraid. But I'm hearing you had to unlearn everything that you had learned, and now you're doing things that are outside of the box, and you're realizing that any relationships that limit you, any devil archetypes that attempt to limit you, those relationships will fracture, okay? And it's not personal, it's just vibrational, okay? But yeah, can you basically extend compassion to these deities that are still lost in sleeping in matter? That's what it all comes down to. Because right now on Earth, there's a lot of individual separation. And in order to have this universal awareness, we must first have individual awareness. And there's a lot of individual awarenesses, right, that have fragmented onto Earth, but they're not conscious. So there's a lot of dormant awarenesses who I'm hearing are only aware of themselves. Therefore, they operate from a self-serving place because they try to siphon that source energy that's within you, all right? That's almost what I get, because they're under an illusion of them being separated from source, which is super interesting. So yeah, it's understanding how they operate and why they operate in that way. That's almost what it gives me. All right, let's see. I definitely want to get a star child message. Star souls, for the ones that haven't looked into their birth chart now, it's time to find your North Node so that you will be more up to date on your mission. Yeah, omnipresent shaman. Yeah. And even with the North Node, again, we're not bound by our birth chart either. That's another thing that we've incarnated into. Like, we've incarnated into very specific bloodlines based on our resonance, okay? So we have actually accepted to take on a lot of the wounds within our bloodlines to be able to pull forward our generational lineages. So there's something about even being able to transcend that. So for example, the star, the birth chart, and is bound by this universe, okay, and this solar system. So this is very helpful for this fragment of ourself that's existing on Earth, because Earth is based around this solar system that we're existing in. But when we again extend to other physical laws that extend beyond this solar system and other universes within the multiverse, they have their own subset of physical laws. They also have their own, solar systems and planetary star systems. So they have different archetypal manifestations. Maybe there's different zodiac signs for these other fragments of self that are existing in other planetary star systems. But it is very useful to understand what you're moving towards as far as your soul's growth in this lifetime, for sure, in this physical vessel, and also what it is that you're moving away from with the South Node. But yeah, it's also being able to also transcend this, realize that you are all of that and also none of that, as source energy too. And it's funny because we literally stopped on Lemurian shaman as I was talking about shaman. Okay. Yeah. What I found interesting as well is that I looked at the fixed star placements with the birth charts, and you can take a look at any specific planetary star systems that you may be connected to as far as this fractal goes, because as soon as you work with that specific planetary star system and that fractal of self, you can also be introduced to many others, but that could be like the gateway to many more, if that makes sense. Like, for example, I've worked with a lot of people that have very close conjunctions to like their ascendant, and that will be the closest physical manifestation that they have, okay, to these other fractals of self. And that can be like the gateway. Let's see. We have whale teaching. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at whale teaching. Whale teaching, the Star of David, number 7. This talks about depth of experience and healing. Teacher and mentor, share your wisdom, deep emotions. All right, so this is the magical knowing, all right, that you guys have during this time, the magical knowing. Attuned to the consciousness of the mighty well, the bringer of wisdom and ancient and new. This is about you carrying, again, very specific wisdom within the heart, and it's not in the analytical mind, right? So this is really tuning into, again, the heart of source that does not doubt itself. So there's something about like a pure knowing that you guys have. And again, not judging humans, right? Not judging anyone, but just neutrally observing to be able to see what plane of consciousness somebody may be operating on. And that will help you understand that everything contractually on earth is rooted in either love or fear. You will be free as soon as you see as everything as either an act of love or a call for love, all right? So this is being able to see that, because if it's a call for love, then it's rooted in fear. If it's an act of love, then somebody's operating in their higher nature, okay? So that's what it comes down to here. I go beyond my comfort zone and stand tall. I share the love that sustains, okay? So you guys are being invited outside of your comfort zone. So maybe this is a different way of navigating your experience on Earth. Let's go ahead and pull some more oracles, and I definitely want to take a look at a multiversal reading today. And we'll connect to these different fragments of self. Yeah, divine timing in his best crystals. Yeah, so divine timing, look, doorway to spirit, we have door to spirit and contract. So there's new contracts, right? This is like soul contracts with your higher self, okay? That you're tuning into right now with 7th chakra archangel Uriel. So yeah, you guys are definitely connecting with soul contracts. I'm hearing you're not bound to soul contracts that you're rewriting. Depending on what you want your destiny to actually be. You get to rewrite your destiny. And a lot of you, again, I almost get with this. I was going to say something. Let's see if I can remember. There's something very specific. There's a new gateway that's I'm hearing that you're being initiated to go down. So we'll see what this is. This could manifest into a physical contract, all right? But a lot of you, this is contracts that you signed in terms of what it is that your soul wanted to experience, right? That your higher self signed before incarnating into this vessel. And with door to spirit, This is about coming back to yourself, or I'm hearing coming back to your initial intentions, right? The initial intentions of the soul, and to see how successful, what it is that you're doing right now and how you're aligning your actions are. Okay, let's see. 32. So spiritual awakenings, new beginnings. Again, the door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to deeper understand your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. This opens onto truly unlimited potential for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now's the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of spirit and the magic and power of your true identity. So what I'm seeing this is that you're actually your contracts are expanding during this time. I'm hearing the invitations that you're going to be receiving are expanding, and it's because I'm hearing like new world lines are going to be colliding. This is new things that I'm hearing eligible for. This is like new things that you're eligible for the game, the level that you're playing at right now in the Matrix. Okay, there's new contracts that you're eligible for. So we'll see what this is as well. We'll definitely see what this is, especially with the Archangel Uriel there. Definitely orchestrated by your higher self. Omnipresent shaman, my life path is 33. I know, that's right. That's Christ consciousness life path for sure. That's beautiful. Oh, we had Go the Distance hiding in this deck. So a lot of you, this is about spiritual endurance and spiritual athleticism. And then you have Caterpillar Opportunity at the base too. So there's something about you're basically transforming during this time. You're becoming renewed, okay? I'm hearing you're embodying the new human, all right? You're embodying the new human. So let's take a look at Caterpillar Opportunity 4. With Go the Distance hiding is about endurance. So this is about quantum leaps that you guys are being invited to take during this time. Let's see. Transformation opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. So this is a time of transformation opportunity. Here you're being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from the time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. So this is about experimenting and surprising yourself with what arises for you at this moment. Lunacy is basically the definition of doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And this is about you turning away from habitual responses, which again would be correlating more to like the south nodal aspects, right? Do not wait for an invitation from life to practice a little bit of outrageousness or for permission to do the unexpected. I'm hearing you shouldn't even care about the opinions of others, because again, every opinion is loaded with a personal history and it can be a confession, right? Every judgment can be a confession, and the unsolicited advice can often show you more about the needs of the giver than the receiver. And the unsolicited advice can often be like a call for love. And it can be rooted in fear, okay? Like, I don't think you should do this, because really what they are saying through their actions is, that makes me feel uncomfortable, okay? What it is that you embody in abundance that is not aligned with the programs of this system and what I've been taught and what we've all been programmed to believe make me feel very uncomfortable. Are you going to reduce yourself to make me feel uncomfortable? Will you dim your light in order to fit in? That's really 143 preparation. You guys have been prepared for this. And again, with Caterpillar, listen to this, right? Sometimes the original response is no response whatsoever. Your response to these, again, agents, extend compassion, because it really does show you what plane of consciousness they're operating on, is no response whatsoever. Your response is absence, right? Your silence is deafening. Your actions are speaking 1,000 words. So stand stock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama, avoiding engagement until the moment is right. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action is as essential as finding the best move to make. When you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of the determination and the power that you unleash. So with Go the Distance, this is spiritual athleticism, okay? Spiritual agility that you guys are, practicing. And with Netcaster at the base, look, it says preparations come to fruition. And this basically talks about as you cast your net out wider into the infinite sea of possibilities, you can't expect to catch just beautiful things, okay? And I feel like you guys are realizing that you're realizing that, and I'm hearing like, look, we even have sacred contract that came here. So again, this is a sacred covenant. This is about the things that you've committed yourself to. I'm hearing like there's even more that you're adding as you go. All right, there's something about there's even more that you're adding into this experience as you go, because you're now eligible for new things, and now you're realizing, oh my gosh, I actually do want to experience more in this lifetime. And I'll be damned if I get to the end of this experience and realize that I existed somehow to serve the illusion. There's something around that. And yeah, let's see. There's something else, but I'm just going to go with the flow. Let's see. Let's get one of these decks then. Since Go the Distance was hiding in there. TikTok, divine timing, right? One of you guys said divine timing earlier. This is divine alignment, okay? This is literal alignment for you guys. So there's something that you guys that's being divinely orchestrated for you. Again, there's something that you guys something is being prepared for you, okay? Something is being prepared for you with, and again, this is your timeless nature as well. Right, let's go ahead and start. I definitely want to take a look at the multiversal reading right now. Immeasurable time. So again, connecting to basically you realizing that you extend far beyond this physical vessel, and you are not this physical vessel, but you're the timeless consciousness navigating this earthly experience, utilizing the physical vessel. And that's what the ego is. The ego is only an embodiment. The ego is only a shell of who we are, right? It's just an archetype that the soul and timeless consciousness inhabits and anchors down into. So you are your soul. You are deep inside of the formed. You are the formlessness that's seated within this vessel, right? You are the soul that's seated within this physical vessel, and you're leading with your soul's, I'm hearing like compass, right? Your soul's navigation system. All right, that's really what's going on during this time. So yeah, let's see what this is. I definitely want to tune into your higher self. We'll see what these contracts are that's being upgraded for you. There's something that you've there's something about you can go the distance. What I'm seeing with this is that your spiritual stamina, especially like your spiritual athleticism and agility has increased, your endurance has increased. So you're going to be able to experience more than what you had even like initially set out to do, which means that you're going to receive more out of this experience as well, which is super interesting. You know how like, you're working on your stamina. I'm seeing it like your stamina. So you can literally run even further. You can experience even more right now, more than you had initially set out to do. Oh my gosh, where did the time go? Maybe you guys are going to be like that. Oh my gosh, like I'm experiencing so much. Let's see. I definitely want to open up with some tarot now. Ooh, yeah, let's see. I'm going to open up with an astrological deck actually. Right, I'm going to take a look at how your higher self sees you right now. We'll see how your higher self sees you. Scorpio, okay, Moon in Scorpio is very, very psychic. Okay, so being psychic is literally just about being in tune. Okay, we are all psychic beings, all right, really, innately. So you guys are connecting to your innate ability. This is about your I'm hearing quantum abilities. There's something about like your quantum superpowers that are being upgraded. Yeah, like your quantum superpowers that are being upgraded. Let's see, there's some kind of transformation that's going on, especially with Pluto and Mars. Mars is like the physical vessel, right? And Pluto is about a magnet. So it's like your emotions could be telling you a lot during this time. Like you could feel like you're magnetically pulled to act Mars on certain things during this time. So we'll see what this is. Okay, we'll see what this is. But it's like, yeah, you're called to, it could be a call for creativity, it could be a call for expression, it could be a call for love, it could be a call to travel. Whatever this is, like there's a call for something you're feeling right now. Let's see, 5th house, call for creativity and a call for love. 5th house is about taking chances. This is definitely being guided by a higher power. 12th house, this is also like past life, future life, right? 12th house is literally to do with your connection to source and your connection to the spiritual realm and the non-physical realm. So again, this is a call coming from your higher self. So basically your higher self sees your human self as as picking up the hints, right? I'm hearing you're picking up what they're putting down, okay? You're picking up what they're putting down. So some of you, 5th house, this could be about taking chances. This says where you have fun, romance, and create the things that you're proud of. Oh my God, there's a whole wasp here, and wasp represent envy. So there could be something around like, even though you're aware that not everybody is supportive of this, okay? So that could be significant for you guys. But yeah, we just got notification about the tables are turning. You'll be remembered by the fruits of your labor. And I'm pretty sure I talked about envy in that reading too. Okay, so yeah. Also the sun card energy too. So this is knowing that you're not supposed to dim your light. You're being called to act on certain things because you're supposed to take up space, and your light may, I'm hearing like, intimidate many people. And with the sun card, this is about opportunities that are going to be orbiting around you. Because if you think about it, everything is like magnetically pulled within the electromagnetic field of the sun. Okay, so there's something about, just as like electrons orbit around the atoms that make up our hand, right? This is like everybody orbiting around you, okay? Everybody orbiting around you, because that's the natural laws of physics of this of this environment. So yeah, there's something around everybody orbiting around you. There could be opportunities that are coming in, all right? Opportunities, this could be about contracts, all right, that are literally awaiting you during this time. But let's see, it's all being orchestrated by a higher power with 12th house here at the base. So that's how your higher self sees you during this time. You're answering the call. Right, let's go ahead and see. I want to open up the tarot now. Page of Cups here at the base that kind of like fell. There could be something about synchronicities, right? Synchronicities, again, that you're psychically attuning into. Mars and Pluto together is about a call for action, because you're magnetically pulled to act on something. And Mars is like the physical body, right? It's connections to 1st house. So 1st house is like your literal, like your personal beliefs, your personal attributes, your personal relations. It's connected to where the ascendant begins, right? So it's like the beginning. So you guys are going through like a rebirth, right? You're going through a rebirth. But yeah, Mars is like the physical body. It's the physical manifestation, right? Which is 1st house, okay? So that's like your ascendant sign. So again, when you have certain planetary star system connections or fixed stars there, you can see what that closest physical manifestation or physical incarnation may be in this vessel. So yeah, you have a call for a call to act. Let's see how your higher self sees you right now. What energetic signature are you guys? Temperance. So actually, yeah, your higher self sees you as an earth angel amongst the devil archetypes, right? Amongst the sets. And again, it's like an earth angel, so it's like a demigod type of situation, somebody that's not separate from their own divinity. So this person with temperance is a slow mediator, right? They're a slow manifester, but they manifest things. You can see they even have the sun and the moon, so there could be something about you being like a celestial light source, okay? You're a celestial light source. And even with the devil, there could be something around you're able to observe and moderate and see things exactly as they are. Temperance is very balanced, okay, when it comes to the dualistic nature of this reality and how they observe that. So with the sun and the moon, you know how the moon is basically, it's not its own light source, it's actually a projection off of the sun. It reflects the sun's light. There could be something around, you can see where people may project certain things onto you, right? That's almost what I get. That's how your higher self sees you during this time. You can see what is a projection, and I'm hearing what is a confession. Okay, a confession. You could be doing things that either make people feel like uncomfortable, or like you just, I don't know, you question the status quo, like with whatever this is. Like you're just, You're just different, you know, just different. Let's go ahead and see. We'll clarify what this temperance is. But yeah, this is basically saying that you're not overly optimistic, but you're also not overly pessimistic. It's almost like you have very neutral observation, and also ruled by Jupiter. So again, you're applying like higher wisdom and knowledge into this experience. That's almost what it reminds me of there too. And you're holding space for the polarity, you're holding space for the contrast of this realm, right? And the paradoxical nature. Yeah, the moon, clarification, right? And it's so funny because I was hearing, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, there could be new things that you guys are doing during this time. I'm hearing you're following the foundations that were laid out before you. Okay, so there's something about like you're following or you're creating them. But there's new career or financial opportunities that are coming in for you guys, or that you're creating here and cultivating in this experience. And you're overcoming the doubts. Okay, so these dogs and this like scorpion, they're basically just distractions from this path that has been, again, laid out before you. And as you walk the way begins to unfold. You just have to like overcome these doubts that others try to instill onto you, okay, with the sun and the moon. And with this polarity, it's like you're able to, again, hold space for the contrast. So what I was seeing is like, you know, I'm hearing, oh, there was something specific that was coming through around, oh, like, are you gonna do this? But something around that, like, again, just doubt, are you sure you want to do that? And you're like, yeah, I'm sure. And the best way to show it is to do it. So you guys are like just doing it and you're not asking for permission. And there's something about you're seeing where other people are actually secretly confessing, oh, I don't want you to do this because it makes me feel uncomfortable. It's like you're able to kind of like dissect that, but again, still act as an earth angel and you know, hold space in a way for others that may not be able to do that for themselves right now, right? You can see where I'm hearing those calls for love or those exaggerated emotions or responses that you may be invoking in people unconsciously here with the moon, right? It's unconscious responses that come to the surface in ways that are unknown to them, but you can see it. It's very known to you where that's rooted from. And you can see that it's rooted from fear, okay? And you're like, okay, I extend compassion towards you. That's fine. And I understand you, all right? And there's something around, you don't even care about what other people may say about you because people barely know themselves, okay? They just know one very small localized version of self. But again, like you extend far beyond this, right? So again, with the devil, like your higher self sees you as having it down, right? You have it down, and that's creating heaven on earth, right? You guys are in your own protective time dilation bubble where, again, your galactic brothers and star sisters and you know, interdimensional cousins essentially are holding this safe passage to the space-time continuum, right? For you to be able to journey down with Jupiter. It's about a sacred pilgrimage that where your intuition guides you and needs you, even if nobody else can understand, right? So there's something that you guys are doing, okay? There's something that you guys are doing that your higher self sees you. That's how you guys are showing up right now. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Let's take a look at, we'll connect to a version of yourself within the multiverse who has, let's say, completed already. Everything has already came to be, and they're telling you what you're going to experience in the becoming that actually marked the passage in the space-time continuum for you. Like what marked this, I'm hearing what marked the alteration of your course in life. Okay, we'll see what altered your course in life, right? Let's see what decisions you do guys end up making here. Because again, you're an interstellar time traveler, right? So let's see. What marked the passage in the space-time continuum? What did they do? What you did is the Seven of Cups, which is super interesting. Venus and Scorpio. Page of Pentacles here at the base. You followed your intuition, and this is like feast and plenty card, where it's like you have an overwhelming number of choices and decisions laid out before you, right? This is like the myriad of possibilities. And this life is a game of snakes and ladders, all right? This is why I love this card so much. So if you guys remember snakes and ladders, you roll the dice, which is fifth house elements, right? Rolling the dice is like gambling, okay? It's like taking a gamble, taking a chance in life. Some of you, it's a call for creativity. Some of you, this is like love and romance. Following the inner child, though, connections to the inner child, right? something that kind of like lights you up and it's acting on your highest excitement. You took a gamble, you rolled the dice, and there's certain opportunities that reveal themselves to you, and some of them are dragons, some of them are snakes, you're going to end up going down, but some of them actually hold great opportunities there for you. And there's something about trusting your discernment with Venus and Scorpio, and this is about following the callings of the soul, not following something that glitters and may not be golden. That you didn't take a path that felt like it was going to be instantly gratifying for you, right? That's what this gives me, right? You didn't take a path that was instantly gratifying by any means. You trusted a path that would bring you, I'm hearing nourishment for the soul. It would bring you like an internal sense of success, okay? And not like matrix senses of success. That's almost what it gives me. Let's go and clarify this though. What's the Seven of Cups? And you avoided choosing the same things over and over again that you were familiar with, that you knew left you feeling unfulfilled. So this person basically chose something that was very different from what they once experienced. Three of Coins, it led to their level up. Four of Cups here at the base, a reevaluation around what aligns with your values. How can you align your actions with your values? So this version of self basically had the same familiar cups there on the floor, and the universe was offering them another hand, right? This is the universe offering you a new lifeline, okay, to do something that you haven't done before, and it leads you to your level up, okay? They tell you to roll the dice, okay? And roll a double, okay? There's something about going all in, because I'm hearing like all in on red or all in on black, it gives me that energy. And it's funny because you literally have like red and black in that photo too. So there's something about like you're going all in it, and especially with Scorpio, Moon in Scorpio is like an all or nothing sign. So again, it's almost like you're going all in, you're going all in this experience. You went all in on something. What did you guys go all in on? Let's take a look at what your future self wants to tell you, basically. We have the World card as well. This could be about completion, closing out certain cycles in your life. The World card, she said, I said what I said. I said what I said. And then you also had Hanged Man here at the base, which is Neptune. So it's almost like you're looking back at the runes of your life and you're realizing why you chose the initial set of conditions. This is the moment of enlightenment. All right, everything was actually preparing me for this moment. That's almost what it is. And yeah, there's maybe this is you guys being well known. This is also about international, but there's something about this expanding to a global scale, but it leads to your rebirth because you have the Ouroboros there, right? So there's something around that specifically. And again, that's like the 8. Let's go ahead and clarify what this is. Hi, Sheo. Oh, I was just about to type I went all in. Great timing. Yes, I took the less traveled road, Dapper. All in on self, right? Yeah, investment in yourself. And a return on your investment. Yeah, 3 of Cups, wow. You went all in when it comes to realizing, hey, okay, there's 2 things that you did, right? This is what your higher self is telling you to do. Some of you, this is Mercury in Cancer, right? So it's like, all right, your intuition is very on point. You have this finely tuned instrument, which is your discernment. Discernment's lens acts as a huge energetic barrier when you're dealing with certain people that are operating on lower planes of consciousness and whatever else may occupy those realms. Because I'm hearing like there's lots of things that bleed into this dimension, okay? All the work that you're doing is bleeding in to many dimensions at once. And what I'm seeing is like, for example, certain people that are operating in really low planes of consciousness are also occupied. There's also other entities that occupy those lower realms that can work through them, and they have like unconscious consent to work through them. So this is like galactic warfare, for example. And I'm not saying this to instill fear, because they're operating in fear. When you understand how it works, you realize you really just have to extend compassion towards them, because it's a profound state of suffering. What I was seeing is that other beings, I'm hearing as you get more advanced and you connect and recover the memory to all other multidimensional aspects of self, and you cast that net out wider, you also catch not great, beautiful things. You also catch more high level agents is what I'm seeing, right? So again, this is like really being able to observe where people are operating on, closing out certain cycles with people. And it says, if you can't change the people that you're around, change the people that you're around. Because not everyone is going to come with you. It's like you can't stick wings on a caterpillar and expect it to fly. And you guys have already gone through that internal metamorphosis. Okay, that leads to a transformation in the way that you experience the world. So your advice is to, if you can't change the people that you're around, you're not supposed to change them or impart anything on them. Change the people that you're around. There's something around really completing old cycles and being open to new ones when it comes to your connections to others, and also creative collaborations is Three of Cups too, but also acting on the things that bring you that fulfillment, you know. There's something around that. Three of Wands, you guys are kind of in between worlds. Maybe some of you feel like you've cut, you know, your losses with certain people, right? You even have death behind that you didn't see eye to eye with. And basically Spirit's telling you that if you know that you're dealing with people operating on lower planes of consciousness, don't lower your vibration to meet them where they are. Don't match anyone's energy. You know, if people can't rise up to meet you where you're operating on, then it's nothing personal. It's just vibrational at this point in time. So there's something around that, okay, for you guys. That's what your advice is from your higher self during this time. So I don't know if you guys are connected to people. There's something about like understanding that, like understanding it from a deeper level. Let's take a look at that's what they want to say in their advice. What else? Is there anything else you guys want to know? We can connect to a fragment of yourself in the multiverse. Okay, let's see how successful your mission is on Earth. How successful your initial conditions were for your soul's growth. The Moon. The Ten of, wow. Yeah, you don't know it. You don't know it, but it's perfect. It all works out perfectly for you. Ten of Coins and the Moon card is almost like you don't see everything yet, but you're gonna look back at this experience and be like, damn, that was like that was perfect. There was so much that was happening for me in the unseen realms that I was not really able to fully perceive, right? The Moon card is like what's hidden in regards to the assistance to support your legacy with the Ten of Coins, okay? To be able to walk through this experience the way that you want to remember yourself, right? What it is that you want to remember yourself as, and walking away that you also want to be remembered. But more importantly, like, getting to the end of this experience and like walking away that you want to remember it for, right? Something that you really want to remember, something that you're really proud of. So you're being supported in the unseen realms, right? Connections to Neptune in the unseen realms to support your legacy. Especially when it comes to taking action on like a creative spark and grounding that into the physical realm. You have so much support when it comes to taking inspired action to that. And you guys are as deep as the ocean, so you really have to allow yourself to go deep in this lifetime. That's also what's giving me. All right, let's take a look at a Magic of the Gathering card. Creative fire. This is about your creative life force. So why this is, some of you, again, face your fear at the base. Fear is just an illusion. It's false evidence appearing real. So it's realizing that nobody ever really has control over you. It's like you have to actually give people permission to even have you feel a certain type of way, you know? It's that type of energy. So creative fire is really I'm hearing no longer giving attention, especially to like Five of Swords energy, to people that you just no longer want to be a part of your reality. Okay, there's something around that. Like your response now is absence. Your response to like disrespect or people trying to reduce you to make them feel comfortable is absence and silence. Okay, so there's something about your silence really being deafening because it's just a depletion of your life force. You know, there's something about and also it keeps you in a state of paralysis. Okay, fear actually keeps the organism in a state of paralysis. So you must understand people that are basically operating and are still holding like fear generationally within their genetic makeup. Their DNA is very contracted. Okay, it's very, very contracted, and fear literally freezes the organism. So that's why there's stagnancy, and that goes against the natural flow of evolution in this, you know, in this universe. So essentially, they're on the road to like spiritual decay, essentially. And people can vibrate so far out of this, you know, this existence, to the point where they will exit and depart from this existence, but there will be so much unfinished business there, and so much like attachment to the suffering, that upon implosion, right, and at the time of death, their vibrational frequency and the oscillation of their cells will be so dense and so heavy that they won't be able to actually access those higher time dimensions after, like, you don't need to wait till death to be able to connect with these higher aspects of self. It's actually quite the opposite. You want to be able to connect and recover the memory to these aspects of self before that. And that's why we talk about like astral travel and things of that nature. But yeah, depletion of your life force. Focus on yourself, okay? Focus on regenerating your creative life force, right? That's really what this is about, because you are a self-sustaining organism, okay? You guys are a self-sustaining organism. That's what this is. And you don't want to, again, like, there's something around like, be aware of who you are, who you're with, or be aware of who you are. First of all, that's what came up. Be aware of who you are. Don't forget who you are. And also be aware of those who do not know who they are, or who have forgotten who they are. Because you're not an energy source for people that refuse to do the inner work. And there's some people that are going to want to be around you, but aren't going to want to do the heavy shadow work in order to get there. And that is just instant gratification, okay? And that's why your first message from like your higher self was that you had to make decisions that were not like instantly gratifying by any means. So it's not going to be like gratifying to like cut people off, but again, there's something about like quality connections for you guys coming in instead of just like quantity, and your whole life can be altered just by associating with someone, okay? People that are going to become a liability, all right? That's what this is. And allow them to talk, right? Face your fears, right? Act on your highest excitement. Face your fears. Allow people to talk. Some people, they will just talk about you because they, again, lost the privilege to actually talk to you. There's that type of energy that's coming through. But yeah, super interesting. And then you even have transitions behind that, which is going through that rite of passage, right? It's like a Six of Swords energy that comes after the Five of Swords. So it's like you're cutting losses, and you're traveling really lightly. You know, you're removing the opinions of others because it's not your burden to carry. And again, that opinion really is just a confession oftentimes. All right, guys, where should we go from here? I'm like, we'll probably close out by 5 because my battery is like on my iPad is not the best. See you later, Shayo. Mark said, it doesn't matter if I'm remembered. What I'm here for isn't for me, it's for the species. Indeed, right? But it's, again, walking away that you want to remember yourself after this experience, because the work that you do independently also impacts the collective consciousness, right? All subjectives make up the whole. Okay, so we have loosen your grip, and it's not yet time. Things are being woven. So things are being orchestrated for you in dimensions beyond what it is that you can currently perceive. So I'm hearing like release, trust the timing, right? Release the timing, especially with the divine timing there. Divine timing is just called divine alignment. You know, you guys are being aligned with a very specific, I'm hearing again, like world line collisions, and also collisions are extending beyond the space-time continuum. So yeah, what I was seeing earlier is that your soul contracts are actually expanding, especially when it comes to your extraterrestrial soul contracts, that are also going to bleed into this physical experience on Earth, right? Others, higher selves who are also incarnated into a physical vessel that you also have these connections to, right? These past life connections, these parallel connections, and you're here to support one another upon your earthly endeavors. Time is not running out. Trust the wave that you came in on. Okay, so there's something about trusting that wave, all right? Trusting that wave, and that the momentum will carry you forward. Let's see. So loosen your grip, right? There's something around it won't happen on the human's timing, because the higher self has much bigger plans for you, okay? The Great Gathering, right? As we talked about, intuitive hit, soul tribe, right? So soul tribe, the great gathering. Okay, so again, it's all coming together. Okay, so again, it all falls into alignment perfectly. It all falls into alignment perfectly. We also have your not for everyone that was like upside down. So embrace your weirdness, keep facing your true north, right? And we have no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So no is a full sentence. It is a command. It doesn't have to be explained, right? So there's something around that specifically for you guys. But again, there are alignments. Okay, there are divine alignments. And I'm hearing like the stars are aligning in your favor. They end up aligning in your favor anyway, for the highest good of all. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look at some Kipper storylines. What's coming in for you guys? Journey. You guys are embarking on a new journey, right? The train is about your direction in life. 10 is about a completion. Courtship. This could be a journey towards something that's been decided. A lot of you, it is some type of actual, like, again, world line collision that's supposed to come into alignment there. Courtship is about a tangible union. The universe could also be playing like matchmaker with certain contracts that are supposed to come in, right? Again, it doesn't have to be an external source, but I definitely get like there's some type of collision, whether that's like you aligning with an opportunity, you aligning with, I'm hearing a gateway, right? There's like an interstellar gateway that leads to instantaneous acceleration upon your path and the fulfillment of a certain soul contract that you had signed to experience, all right? Whether that involves another person or not. I definitely get there's other people that are being deployed to assist you. That's almost what I get, right? Whether this is like the arrival, I'm hearing heralding the arrival of opportunities, all right? With judification, something has been decided, all right? You guys may be hearing a message about this soon. You even have great fortune right behind that too. Okay, let's see what else. And also, this is the divine feminine and masculine. So a lot of you, this is like the connection between your higher nature and lower nature, right? You moving as one, right? Moving as one with the soul, allowing the soul to guide your experiences. We have poverty reverse. So you guys are definitely coming out of a phase of wanting more, okay? Like wanting more, especially with occupation. This could be about your public reputation, your status. Yeah, divine divine guidance. Somehow I saw that distant horizons just came flying out on its own. So there's something about you get ready to basically, this is an international card. So some of you are going to be known worldwide, or you're just going to have like a big impact on the world and whatever it is that you're doing. I'm hearing in your chosen field. But this is about 10th house, which is your status that even goes beyond this realm. Yeah, you have privileged lady and imprisonment reversed. So again, I get you exiting out of this matrix, if that makes sense. And you have like a privileged, I'm hearing like privileged pilgrimage down the space-time continuum. You have privileged travel. It's I got a message about this earlier. What's it called? I called something about travel. A luxurious transition. Okay, this is about luxury with privileged lady. So you have like it's not accessible for everybody, all right? It's like you have a form of interstellar travel that's only available for those who have done the inner work. That's almost what I get. Yeah, great fortune is coming towards you, okay? This could be connections to 11th house. Toil and labor, this is basically the effect of your cause. You even have sudden wealth behind that. So again, it's like literally, again, connections to 11th house again with community even behind that. You also have official person. So this could be people even like online observing you. It doesn't have to be, but this is people in high places watching you, probably admiring your talent, gifts, skills, or abilities, or like high spiritual ranks, right? High spiritual ranks, people that are ranked highly in the higher realms, that are going to, I'm hearing, alter the trajectory of your life, alter the course of your life. But yeah, there's something around your fate. You're going to meet your fate with whatever this is, which is just the effect of all the cause that you guys have put in. I won't talk too much about that because I did a whole read on that. But yeah, something huge is coming in for you guys, right? This is like the universe showering you with blessings for all of, basically you just moving through this experience with a pure heart. 11th house energy is also like where the cosmos grants you wishes through your connections, networks, to others. But yeah, it's where you're granted some kind of wish fulfillment. Your internal wishes and desires are now reciprocated in the external realm. Let's see. Yeah, wealthy man. A lot of you, this could be investments that come in for you guys, okay? Investors, investments, family room usually shows, even like soul family, right? Soul family investments. Family room is usually about some kind of good news that does come to you. So again, a lot of you, there's good news that does await you with wealthy man. Again, this usually is like a businessman, CEO. You guys may be one, okay? Or you may become one. But I definitely get like you're aligning with like abundant opportunities, right? Also, the masculine is about the physical realm. So this is like coming to you in a very tangible form. That's what I get. So there's good news. Good news is on the way is what I'm seeing. Let's get some tea leaf messages. I don't know if we'll do a... Yeah. Oh my God, I just split it. Look what I split it on. News is on the way. No fucking... No way. Okay. Awesome. All right, let's see. Rainbow, the hardest part of the situation is over, okay? And there's a pot of gold that awaits you at the end of the rainbow, okay? There's some kind of announcement that may be coming in for you guys. And again, your pot of gold is going to be at the end of the rainbow, not back there. So don't look back now unless you're admiring how far it is that you've come, okay? Especially with someone you know is independent and insincere. I feel like this is something that you've already left behind in that way. Let's see. Yeah, announcement again. Some kind of positive news is coming towards you guys. Yeah. Doing something risky, taking a chance. Again, 5th house of taking chances. Time to act. Double 5th house energy. Bruh. Look at that. Double 5th house energy. This could be something creatively. It could be you taking a chance on something. 5th house, again, it's the creative hobbies, creative projects, self-employment. You could be adopting more creativity into whatever it is that you do, okay? Even if it's just the way that you want to experience this world, but it's usually the heart, right? It's something that kind of like lights you up there, but it does pay off, right? Something that you do pays off. Light-hearted, carefree time, right? Again, the heart. We also have January, and then we also have chair filled. So a lot of you, there could be someone new entering into your life in the month of January, okay? New experiences. Whatever it is though, with period of prosperity and abundance at the base, it's like, again, breaking bread. So it's like the way of water. There's something around like the gift, the heavens of water, the gifts of water. Something about like abundance that comes from the waters. So a lot of you, the waters is connected to the metaphysical realm and the non-physical. So this could be like a blessing. It could be like an earth angel or somebody. Let's see. Let's see. We also have, yeah, spiritual awareness. Look, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So yeah, your awareness is going to be a torch during this time. We have seek out information. If you that will help you. So there's something about seeking out information that will help you during this time, especially spiritually. You know, you guys may be going in, right? Your awareness may be your torch during this time, especially if it's leading you towards certain things or doing certain things. Let's see. We have well, family wishes come true, or also connections to like childhood and the inner child. So there could be something about this is something that you've dreamt about since you were young, all right? Maybe it's just something, again, families, connections to 4th house in the past. So maybe it's something that brings you like some kind of emotional fulfillment or sense of comfort, you know? I almost get comfort like from your mind, right? It's like something that you see in your mind, you're able to hold in your hand. We have danger, especially in money matters with bear. So something could be concerning your finances that comes back around. Because you know how people throw a coin in a well and they're like wishing, it's like a wishing well. There could be something about you guys wishing for some type of turnaround, even if this is like financially, right? We have passive and you will overcome problems, right? So your intuition is leading you towards better results in your tangible experience here, right? Use your intuition to make beneficial changes with unicorn. Maybe led to do things that doesn't make a lot of sense to others. We do have triumph over troubles. So again, the eagle is basically rising above the fray and the opinions of the crows that are on the ground. You don't bother like, you know, fighting with them or trying to explain something that I'm hearing they don't have the capacity to explain. Career here too. So again, this is the way that others are going to see you. It's to do with your public image. So that's definitely going to be changing. We have a sincere wish will be granted. So again, that's the wishing well energy. Even if it doesn't make sense to others, this is also superfluous energy with the needle and the thread. It talks about being super zoned in to, you know how you like, you know, when you're threading a needle, like you have to be super intentful, right? There's something around being really specific with your intention and the action that you take towards that, and removing every other kind of distraction. You know, it's like you're trying to thread this needle, you're trying to do this thing, and people are like, hey, you know, look over here, blah, blah, blah. There's something about blocking out the external noise and focusing on what it is that you're doing, and kind of just like gaining tunnel vision during this time. That's going to be super, super important. I'm actually seeing that card a lot, so I think I'm going to find it in the Shaman's Dream Oracle message. Okay, so this is what I do. We have a lot of interesting readings coming up though as well, but I definitely want to read this just because they keep telling me to, and I keep seeing it as well, so I'm definitely going to find this card. Superfluous. And then we'll probably head out if I can find it. Wow. Oh, this deck was not supposed to be in here, or was it? Chamber of Violet Light, Karmic Release, Radical Transformation. So you guys could be going through a radical transformation during this time as you release like karmic situations. Again, connections to the crown chakra. Also, that sword keeps... Yeah, here it is, Eye of the Needle, intentionality. So there's something about being super, super intentional, okay, with the things that I'm hearing you're threading into this existence, all right? There's something about you want to make sure that it's like a seamless blend here. That's almost what it gives me. So let's take a look at 17. 1 and 7 is about a decision around your life path and what's in alignment with you. 8 is about the cause and effect of that. So again, every man is an effect of his cause. Okay, so 17. So if you look through the Eye of the Needle, what do you see? Summon the experience of being so singly focused on the task ahead that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non-essential, so that you succeed. What is in this case the definition of success, right? Especially for your soul. In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goals needs to go. This is the only way that you'll get what it is you need. True discernment, the willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. The Eye of the Needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. The needle can mend, can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. You're experiencing success right now. Stay true to your desires, to the work that you need to accomplish, so that your laser focus on the experience by creating, manifesting the outcome is assured by divine forces. So again, the outcome that you guys seek also seeks you. Okay, let's take a look at angel number message. 1919 transformation. 143 preparation at the base. So it is asked that you take notice that you hold within your hands the power to change your life. We literally said this earlier. We said it earlier apparently. Within this realization, you will feel your sense of purpose and your connection to the new beginnings. I release what I no longer need to carry, and I open myself up to the transformative energy of the divine. 144 likes as well, which is literally about yeah, like a spiritual awakening that you guys are going through. Wow, super interesting energy. 143, life is filled with phases. The whisper is telling you to prepare for the unexpected and allow change to pass through with a sense of ease. Financial and creative changes are upon you. My dreams and desires are coming to fruition, bringing change that I welcome with an open heart and mind. Okay, damn. This is crazy, but like in the best way possible. I always do this, like once I go live, I don't want to leave. But I'm like, I have another reading uploading now anyway. Let's see what you're... Okay, you have kangaroo, be a force for good. So you guys need to be a force for good, okay? And with a kangaroo as well, there's something about unsettled times, need to plan ahead. You know, with a kangaroo energy, I don't know if anyone's watched Horton Hears a Who, okay, where it's like Whoville. Well, I actually got notes of this, so let me go ahead and say it since I have you here anyway, because I was going to do a reading on this, but I just didn't do it yet. But this is from 2nd of December. So Horton is basically like a whole new world that's accessible right in front of your fingertips. Okay, this is the message from it. Explores the concept of faith in a larger unseen being. what is to hear without compassion, right? So it's like you're able to hear other people, and you're able to hear with ears of compassion, realizing where their response, even if that's unconscious, is rooted within. Okay, so you're becoming wiser, because you talk about 𝓣𝓻 as like an elephant, on like a mental physical journey that you're embarking on. 𝓣𝓻 acts as a protector and defender for those who cannot protect or defend themselves, even in the face of persecution. So if you guys haven't watched like 𝓣𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓼, it's basically 𝓣𝓻 is like this huge elephant, and he finds this little tiny speck of like, you know, speck basically of dust on top of a flower, and he hears like a cry and a scream, right? It's like his large ears. He can hear things that people can't, right? He can kind of like see things that nobody else can. And everyone kind of thinks that he's crazy, right? Because he's tapped in and tuned in to this whole other existence, this whole other world. And I feel like that's what you guys are basically doing here right now. Especially when it comes to like, you know how I opened up the reading saying that you are so used to like a two-dimensional reality and existence, and suddenly you get plucked out of this experience and you're now being shown this other world that you were previously oblivious to when it comes to your third dimensional reality, and it's like a whole different existence. And then you're like, you know, it's like you're abducted, right? And then you're brought back into your initial environment, and it's like, damn, there's so much more out there. Like maybe this is like a glimpse to remote viewing sessions. But anyway, the kangaroo like totally was making him feel like he's crazy, was like prosecuting him. And yeah, he's like, I meant what I said, and I said what I meant, right? An elephant's faithful 100%. So you guys are stepping forward elephant wise, and his quest was not easy, right? He approached this grumpy kangaroo who was like the appointed queen of the jungle, people that are just like blinded by pride. I'm hearing blinded by ignorance. Okay, ignorance really is that bliss. And yeah, it was like basically trying to test his faith. Okay, so this is a concept of faith in a larger unseen being. That's what 𝓣𝓻 represents, which is you guys, where he wraps his mind around the idea that a whole world fits on a speck of dust, right, on top of a flower. And that's like us, right? We're like this tiny little speck within like the whole universe, right? If you ever think that your problems are like that big and you're attaching to the suffering, just remember we're just a tiny little speck within the multiverse, right? So I feel like that's it's actually all connecting right now. So you're just one very small little localized version of yourself. This is not the whole, okay? And I'm hearing your current situation is never your final destination anyway, okay? You're evolving for eternity, okay? You're on this everlasting journey for all of eternity. And yeah, the message was that you're grasping like a higher concept essentially, and everyone begins to realize it. It's like as he connects to what nobody else can see, everybody else begins to he begins to like form this connection that nobody else understands. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing, and it guides him to do certain things even if everyone else thinks that he's crazy, you know. So and it's like in John 3:8 where he says, look at the wind, what do you think that means? Out in 𝓣𝓻's world, the kangaroo takes a hard line when it comes to a naturalistic view, people that have this like limited filter of perception, right? And you can't hear, you can't see, you can't hear, you can't feel something, and they just write it off as, oh, this does not exist. But you are tuning into things that people can't hear, right? You hear with compassion, you're tuning into things that people can't see, right? And your imagination really is a preview of life's upcomings during this time. So yeah, that was just like a side message that came through. But let me go ahead and open up the chat. We're gonna head out in a minute. I've got reading posting anyway, but you guys have just been so lit, I just don't even know where to start. Right when I join this live, my boyfriend if he needs the help threading the needle for him to sew a button on his pants. You were on the 4 minutes in and said threading the needle. Awesome. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, threading the needle. That's what you guys are doing during this time. You're very intentional, and you're like seamlessly stitching and sewing like the whole fabric of creation that you want to mold in this existence, right? It's like this illusion really does exist to serve you. What kind of stitch do you want to do, you know? What do you want to sew? When you sew, you can sew so many different things. So like what do you want to mold like and create? Yeah, what do you want to create, right? Its sincere wish will be granted. Asking you shall receive. So yeah, I'm probably gonna let you guys go. Let's see. Sean said, even certain chat comments I'm so grateful for. Yeah, we have such an amazing community here. Like just us all, so many individual separate states of conscious awareness have collectively come together in what I hope to be a safe haven of somewhat, and just collectively being able to share our sovereign journeys, you know. So it's all you guys, that's all you. Please close. Should we do a meditation? I don't know if you guys want to. I've got nothing prepared, but we can do a short meditation. Maybe we'll just do like yeah, let's see. Let's see what we've been looking at the dove one. We'll probably just do like literally a minute one with the dove, because that came up twice in our last 2 readings. Or we can do a star connection one. It's up to you. You guys down for a meditation? Let's see. Let's do a star connection one. All right, let's do a star connection one since it's the theme. Okay, everybody, we're gonna go into meditation now before we close out, and then I'm gonna love and leave you guys. So, all right, children of light, all of you, close your eyes and take a deep breath in, all the way down to the base of your spine. And on the out breath, I want you to just release any tension that you've been holding within your vessel, any problems, just allow them to flow right out of you and feel yourself become weightless. Imagine yourself in a beautiful meadow, and it's quite dark outside. You can see the sun setting, and you're being welcomed by a bunch of star beings there. And they're inviting you to join a ceremony. They actually want to help you access the deeper layers of your Akashic records. And you see this celestial body, and its hand extends to yours, and you meet the hand, and it's almost like a shaking of the hand, like you're meeting a being that you're very familiar with. It's an aspect of yourself, and you're recognizing this being as part of yourself, and it's like a guiding hand. It's like your higher self guiding you into the remembrance of all that you are. I want you to activate this, cosmic connection and begin sitting in this sacred circle. This being takes you to this circle, almost like a crop circle, and you're opening up this energetic gateway. It's this interstellar stargate. And I want all of you in the circle with these other celestial light bodies, these other fractals of self, these other higher entities, to all have this upward pointing quartz crystal. And I want you to just hold that in your hand. And it's this clear crystal, and you're charging it with your intention. And it becomes this beacon of light. And as you hold this crystal towards your heart space, you see this sacred geometry form, almost like this spherical flower of life form in the center of the circle. And you can even touch this sacred geometry. You can touch it, and you can absorb the keys and codes. And you're realizing that within this moment right now, you are a time traveler. You can travel to each and every other fragment of self, other aspect of self, as you gather together with your spiritual family. You now have this portal to connect you with the stars. In this portal, you can go beyond space and time, and you can begin to explore the timelessness nature of your multidimensional mind. You're invited to connect to the Sirius and the Pleiadian star systems, the Arcturian star systems, and there's this process that's unwinding. And as you connect to the center of this geometric spherical structure, you begin to see this luminescent golden or silvery, whatever your chosen color is, extend into your DNA. You begin to see these strands of DNA wrap around your whole arm, and they extend around your whole avatar. And you begin to remember your life on other planets and other star systems. Your family of light from the other planets present to you and reassure you that you're in a safe space to connect to all of yourself. They might look different from what you expect, yet they connect from the heart. There's no words, but only a knowing that you found the truth of your cosmic family. I want you to take a few deep breaths in. Just sit in this multidimensional set ceremony. Command a clearing of all beliefs that negate your star connection and just tune into this pure knowing. Connect to the whole of yourself. And I want you to stand up and actually sit in the center of this cosmic circle, in the center of the circle of the star family. And I want you to begin to absorb all of these spherical flower of life structures into your whole vessel, into your whole being. And with your intention, I want you to charge this crystal with this geometric structure. I want you to charge that Lemurian crystal, that clear quartz crystal, with this structure. Receive the words and healing energies from your light family, and just continue to breathe this in. Okay, and you guys can open your eyes and you can actually see yourself wherever you're sitting, still in that cosmic circle. You can actually tune in to these higher bandwidths of frequency light. And you can still see that crystal in your hand. You can see everything for the true nature of what this is, which is just this holographic energetic projection that you're existing in. And these other aspects of self, they're still with you. They're literally within you. And you can attune to these aspects of self through that same telepathic communication that you had within the meditation. And you can carry that forward with you throughout, the rest of this existence. But yeah, let me go ahead and see what you guys, what was that like for you guys? Okay. Etheric weavers, that's beautiful. Did you see anything specific in regards to your other fractals of self? I'm curious if anyone wants to share. If not, let me know in the playback if you guys watch this afterwards. I'll definitely do more of an intense one. Next time, it's just I don't have that much battery. But we're kind of drip feeding you right now on the collective, but we'll do some really, really, really deep meditations. We do end up evolving into that, and I'll take you on a trip through hyperspace. This is just like practice for the visualization and more third eye activations, which you guys are basically tuning into through that visual, your multi-sensory perception system. So you're beginning to, yeah, tune into these other fragments of self and become whole. Hi, Kushka. All right, I'm gonna love and leave you guys. Should we see? I don't know, I always do this, see? But yeah, I'm probably gonna love and leave you guys. We'll close out with one spirit guide message from Let Go Flow. Chrissy always wants to fall asleep after these meditations. You have to stay present. Yeah, you'll definitely have some interesting astral messages. Okay. Lucky you. Luck is on your side. You're protected. Nothing can hold you back. So you guys are literally watched over by yourself, okay? You're watched over by yourself during this time, especially when it comes to anyone that drains your battery, because I just got a notification for 10% battery, right as low batteries are on the base, which talks about fuel needed, fill up your own cup, relaxed it. So you can't fill up others' cups before your own, otherwise that only leads to resentment. So there's something about like having to trust yourself, cultivate a strong sense of self-trust and self-love for yourself. Yeah, Celestial Phoenix. Cooking, my cat keeps biting my foot for food. Does yours? Yep. My cat will like scratch at me. She's I was feeding one of the cats out here earlier as well. He was like sleeping right by my, if you guys have me on Instagram, you'll see anyway, I posted the cat was just, he always sleeps there on my section, and I just woke him up from his deep slumber to go record. I'm sorry. But yeah, definitely tune into that meditation later on anyway, when you get a chance. Let me know how you guys found it in the playback if you're watching this after. Yeah, I'll take you on a trip in my favorite rocket ships. Even I'll take you guys on a trip upcoming very soon. We end up definitely doing a lot of other work. I'll take you on a remote viewing session where you'll actually be able to like remote view the human. We'll tune back into like the 0 point essentially, and you'll be able to actually see through the more advanced meditations that we'll go on to do as we begin to do work in very specific time dimensions. It actually begins to, you can shift your consciousness from as above so below, and you can actually feel simultaneously the ripples I'm hearing. You can feel the work that bleeds in from the higher realms into this physical avatar as well, so you'll be able to like see that through like quantum entanglement. Essentially, we're going to entangle quantumly with these other non-local connections, and you'll see how it's like all moving as one, like it's all interconnected. Essentially, that's what we end up we'll end up integrating. But yeah, I'm gonna love and leave you guys right there. It's a pleasure as always. I always enjoy these interactions immensely. It's always a vibe. So yeah, I'll catch you next time, and I'll let you guys know whenever I go live next. And I hope you enjoy. There's a reading that's posting right now, so you might want to rewind it, but there's a lot of interesting readings coming out this week anyway. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Tom. Hi, King Kong. Hi, Celestial Phoenix. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Tim. Hi, Devon. Always good to see you. And hi, Carolina. I missed you. Tamara. Super interesting. Now I see no 24. I'm like, should I get my carrot gold deck? No, I'll leave it for next time. You guys will see it anyway. All right, I'm gonna love and leave you guys right there, even though I don't want to. You guys hang up first. No. Okay, I'm gonna go. All right, until next time, guys. Bye.